What is up, you guys? It has been way too long since a bit of communication between us. I've been posting a couple of videos of playing, but it's nice to see you again. So today we are doing my second pedalboard walkthrough featuring the JHS Stomp. This is my 2021 Worship pedalboard, and it's really my general pedalboard for anything I'm doing, really. A couple things have been updated since my pedal walkthrough last year. One major change is that I no longer use a real amps or amp in my past case for pretty much any of the recordings you've heard from me in the past year. All of my amp tones come from the JHS Stomp right there in all of its glory. So in the Stomp, which is kind of the center of my pedalboard as far as tone goes, I am running my delays, reverbs, and 2 amps and 2 IRs. The IRs are David Hislop's IRs. I highly suggest you check them out. Yeah, I'm running a Fender Princeton and a matchless amp profile and some delay and reverb before the amps. So let's walk through chronologically through the pedalboard. Why don't we? So my guitar, which is right now a PRS Custom SE24, one of the cheapo ones, which has been serving me very well since 2015. As my main guitar, love it, plays great. First pedal in the chain, Boss Compressor. It's the only compressor I have, and it does the job well, for me at least. So let's hear my tone with no delay or reverb, and let's just hear no compression, and then I'll bring in the compressor. So here is absolutely clean. And then compressor. Does the job, kind of squashes the signal to make it a bit more consistent. That's the compressor. That goes into my Dunlop mini volume pedal. Does the job, again, just using it for swells. It works great. I've been using this for 2-3 years now, and it's great. That goes into the newly acquired JHS Super Bolt pedal. I just got this thing like a month ago, and it is killer. So here is without it. And here is with. And if I add a bit more gain from the Stomp, which just turns up the amp gain a little bit. That thing is just so good for first stage drives. It can do the big thing really well as well, but I like it as my first stage drive. It's the best I've heard so far. So there's the Super Bolt, and then next in the chain is the JHS Morning Glory set on the higher gain setting for my stage 2 drive, which sounds like this. So that is super dope, super dope. And if I need any more, I'll just stack the two. But I tend to not need that. So those are my 2 drives. This is also a drive. It's a JHS Timmons Drive, but I only really use that for rock tones because it kind of has a really mid-rangey thing, which isn't as suitable for worship purposes. Here's what it sounds like. I mean, it still sounds really, really awesome. But yeah, that's just another option. If I'm doing any like low string single note things. Then I'll use it for something like that. I really like that kind of tone. That goes into the TC Electronics sub and up for any octave things. So like something like this. So yeah, any octave things I need, I'll just use that. Sounds really dope. You have the option of dry knob, and then you have a lower and an upper octave. So super dope. That goes into the JHS Emperor pedal, which is new from the last board walkthrough. It's a vibrato and a chorus, and 90% of the time I keep it on the vibrato setting. And yeah, so here's what it sounds like. I'll get some type of clean tone going. So I have the depth of the vibrato a little subtle because it can get out of hand pretty easily and just sound like you're playing out of tune and don't know what you're doing. So I keep it pretty subtle so that it's more of a vibe feel with that pedal. Love the pedal. It gives it a real nice Gable Price and Friends tone. Shout out to that band, my favorite. So let's jump into the Stomp. As I said, I got a delay, a reverb, and amps in there. So these two foot switches here, I programmed as different things. The first foot switch is less and more amp gain. So here is with that switch off, and then with it on. So it just adds a bit more drive and breakup in the left and right of the amps. And yeah, it especially comes in handy when you're doing lead lines up top when you have a higher gain setting. So here's if I have the drive switch off, but I have distortion on. Then if I add that drive switch, you can hear that nice saturation and breakup in the amps when you're using it for higher gain things. So that's just a nice way to add a gain stage and make it sound more like broken up amps when you're going to higher gains. The next foot switch in the Stomp is a more reverb switch. So here is with the foot switch off. And if I put it on, yeah, so it just gives me the flexibility to bump up the reverb if I need to do swells or some type of ambient, spontaneous parts. It's a nice thing to have. And then you can probably tell this third foot switch is my tap tempo for the delay in the Stomp. I set my delay to a dotted eighth note so that I can do songs like Raise a Hallelujah. So that is what the third foot switch does. This pedal right here that says delay on it, I use it as a remote control to turn my delay on and off. So here's with it on, and here's with it off. It actually lowers the mix of the delay. There's still a tiny bit delay still there, but it's almost non-existent. So check it out. That's the whole board. it is able to achieve really big and washy sounds, even though it is on the smaller side of worship pedal boards. I've seen ones that are bigger than my entire house. I've seen it. Trust me. Yeah. So this is the board. I'm really happy with the sounds I get out of it. Let me just do a couple more tones, I guess. So that is the 2021 Worship Pedalboard. So yeah, if you found this helpful or you enjoyed it at all, totally feel free to subscribe, like, comment, absolutely obliterate the notification bell, right? But yeah, I will see you guys next time, and have a great day. Just have an awesome day. See ya.